I must make an accounting with my spirit. I must make an accounting with my spirit. Why do I specifically desire spiritual matters and godly concepts? If I would find within myself that this is due to arrogance or due to a desire to escape the responsibilities of this worldly engagements, I would need to restrain myself and crush my exalted yearning. But when it grows clear to me, from the past to this moment, that my spiritual yearning is a true yearning, and that if I fail to fulfill it, I do not gain anything in any other matters, I am bound to guard this task that the God of spirits has apportioned to me and soar in thought and feeling in the chambers of the spirit and supernal conceptions of holiness as far as I am able. And although I grow very weary and dismayed when I sense the weight of my sins, and at times as well the impossibility of rising from the depths and the chasms of errors which surround me like water the entire day, I can only hope for the mercy of heaven. Hashem is God, and He has illumined me, and my God enlightens my darkness. Do not be false to your spirit. A person should not be false to his spirit. He should not deny his inner feelings because of the stormy pressure of societal assumptions. If he feels the elevation and holiness of idea in a particular field, he should be sure to satiate himself constantly with the richness of supernal pleasures from that place that his heart desires. And I, who am so filled with the consolations of God when I learn the secrets of the Torah, even when I feel myself exceedingly bare, my hands will not weaken. I must strengthen myself, even though it is impossible not to give this worldly concerns the attention that they require, both in regard to the aspect of this worldly well being and in regard to the aspect of the basic obligation to study the Torah and attain its knowledge in all fields. Depression and joy. There is a depression that comes from spiritual wealth, and there is a joy that comes from a poverty of mind. How can that be? Spiritual phenomena overwhelm me. Visions of visions come before my spiritual eyes. I gaze into books, into the holiest and most elevated books, and their well springs are alive and pour forth. They cause many well springs to flow with their primal power into my inner spirits. And with each vision, an inner commotion is born. I ask myself, where does all this come from? The beginning of the vision and its certainty, where is that drawn from? And with this self questioning, my soul suffers in its sadness as it contemplates this joy of its wealth. But this sadness is good, for it refines the spirit, sharpens the mind, and moistens the richness of spiritual life, and knowledge that comes from the source, and from the source of the source, as well as a very precious ability to heed, both of which are great and broad, are born. And they come with certainty that is assured, and they raise the soul to a supernal place. But in that supernal place, the question returns anew regarding these new instances of certainty, which comprise a most supernal wealth. It at first makes its appearance with the diadem of its splendor, with the brilliance of its joy, but it is afterwards followed by the question, whose son is this youth? Is he fit to join the congregation? And that inquiring thought is reawakened. It seeks paths, it seeks them, and it finds them. So then there comes a new certainty that finds very deep roots in the soul, that come to the power of deed. A strong impulse to influence the world and to unify a broad circle of life comes and presents itself until there is a new ascent, as a result of which everything before is forgotten. All of the previous wealth fades away, and images of a higher world come, a pure atmosphere, pure and fresh. Luminous bodies shine in a form that has never before been imagined, and there is no memory of the past. There is only the present and the future, heartwarming and pleasant. Creativity multiplies and certainty rises to its peak. But then an inquiring spirit comes and inserts a new sadness. But that is in order to give birth to a supernal joy and the revelation of a rectified world. That which was not told to show them saw, and regarding that which they had not heard, they looked. When I sit in darkness, Hashem is my light. Being by nature a person of Agadah and of mysticism, I have no need to look with envy upon the portions of Halakha and the revealed Torah. Nevertheless, I am also summoned and obligated to learn those areas of the Torah, for it is not without cause that Hashem graced me with ability to study them as well. But I must know my measure, so that I will grow depressed regarding the slightness of my portion in revealed matters, even though in Agada and in the hidden I also am very poor and impoverished. I must remain firm, because the cause of this imperfection of mine is that a multiplicity of areas constantly draws me in every direction. So it is my nature to taste a little of each matter. So if I am weak in the revealed Torah and Halachot, that is caused by my inner attraction to Agada and the hidden. The phenomenon of my capacity is particularly apparent at a time of settled but unrehearsed speech with people who are qualified for such discussion, as well as at every moment that my spirit is awakened. Then I find within myself a hidden treasure, which must be my consolation even in time of concealment and great darkness. When I sit in darkness, Hashem is my light. It is not for nothing. It is not for nothing that the God of all spirits has planted within me the constant desire for everything concealed, for everything eminent and exalted. And not for nothing did he bring me to the land of Israel, and not for nothing did he fashion within me a stalwart spirit and an inner purity. Even though I am surrounded by numberless weaknesses and impediments, a great many, more than all the masses and all unexceptional people committed to the Torah, and perhaps even more than all elevated personalities with refined spirits who sense the whispers of the soul. All of these have been planted within me so that I will use them to illuminate the world, to fashion a literature filled with the light of the secrets of Torah, popular and accessible to all, filled with poetry and might, supplied with proper acumen and reliable analysis, to raise the horn of the nation of God, and for the sake of the redemption of the world that has begun to shine in the land of Israel. Delight and comfort. It is not circumstance, but the essence of the nature of my soul that I feel delight and comfort of the Spirit when I am involved in divine hidden matters with breadth and freedom. That is the essence of my goal. All of the purposes of other abilities relating to activity and to intellect are no more than secondary to my essential being. I must find my happiness deep within me, not in the agreement of other people, and not in any career, whatever it may be. The more I recognize myself, and the more I allow myself to be original and to stand on my own feet with an inner awareness composed of knowledge, awareness, feeling, and song, the more will the light of Hashem illumine me, and the more will my powers be developed to be a blessing for me and for the world. I yearn for mystical secrets. And that's for the fact that I yearn for mystical secrets. Does that have in it anything of hypocrisy or falsehood? Rather, a fire burns within me in longing for the hidden. And if I had not limited the natural tendency of my spirits to turn to different paths, then I would truly rise, and my visionary power would grow stronger and rise for the good of all who yearn for feeling and thought in the world. One may not withhold the mystical imagination. One may not withhold the mystical imagination, which is the secret of creation. Mystical thought causes new souls to sprout, redeemed souls, souls that redeem, messianic souls. Within this secret of secrets, the hidden and the revealed unite. From the concealed source, the revealed and exposed are blessed. All of the cultures of society are blessed from the source of straightness hidden within the depths of the secrets. And I, behold, I yearn for the blossoming from Hashem, for the light of salvation to appear. I will not turn back upon my path, even though many are my enemies, those who rise against me. But more than all my enemies, I myself rise against myself. My smallness rises against my greatness. The degradation of my spirit berates its glory. But my glory will not bow its head in fear of the shadows of smallness. Although those shadows may stretch themselves out a great deal, they are only shadows. And where the sun shines its light, they will flee.